Uh-oh. 2 seconds, guys. I promise you I'm like, I got it today. There's nothing I have to get up and grab today. I lied to myself. I swear, y'all. I swear. Hey. Okay, so I had to get my ring. I swear. It just is what it is. It's okay. Yep. How are you all doing? Oh. LP? LP! This is why I don't care. Guys, I don't motherfucking care how old LP is. I might be old enough to be his aunt. But LP and I are like, can I just say, this motherfucker can read me to filth. He just knows the shit coming out my mouth, and he's like, so yes, fucker. She's Florence and the Machine has been in my head all morning, and first off, I love this song, but it was one of those things where it's like I kept saying, "I am king," like it kept repeating that one, and then it dawned on me. Sometimes they gotta go like a shit ton of times for me to go, oh, and realize, that they're like, that's been on repeat 20 times. Are you catching a clue? And so I was going to read it for you all. I'm going to read you this song lyrics. And they also made me look up the spiritual meaning of a mourning dove, because I've had one around since last summer, and it left and it came back, and it's like near my porch and on my back, like it's right here. There's a couple of them, and they have the most beautiful song, but that's all about love, peace, and new beginnings. And so then there is, let me read you the lyrics really quick, because it has, I guess it has everything to do with what's about to go down today. So y'all need to listen to that. Florence and the Machine, I Am King. Oh, I love this song. Okay, anywho's. Okay, ready, guys? Okay, I'm just going to read it to you. You got to listen to it. It's more powerful when you listen to it, okay? Lyrics say, wake up and remind myself that I'm the fucking king. In the distance, nobody can give me what I need. Steaming up when I'm in the car. Oh, I was like, wait a minute, that's not it. They have me. I literally have it written for Florence and the Machine. Hold on. That's Nasty Cherry? Why did I feel so compelled? Like, were they trying to tell me to read this, to listen to this song? Because they kept focusing on I Am King, and apparently there's more than one song. Well, okay. Cherry Nasty gets a little nasty. But we're gonna go back to Florence and the Machine. Jesus. Go with it. No, like that was like. Okay, guys, here we go. All right, stick around. We might read both. Maybe they're both pertinent, because they really honed in on the I Am King. But there's something about with Florence and the Machine, because obviously she's a woman, and it's all about the roles that we play into and how we really try to pretend that we're something and we're not, and when we come to terms with that. So we argue in the kitchen about whether to have children, about the world ending and the scale of my ambition, and how much is art really worth. The very thing you're best at is the thing that hurts the most. There we go. Yeah, this is the song. The very thing you're best at is the thing that hurts the most. Oh, we go, oh, but you need your rotten heart, your dazzling pain like diamond rings. You need to go to war to find material to sing. She says, I am no mother, I am no bride, I am king. I need my golden crown of sorrow, my bloody sword to swing, my empty halls to echo with grand self mythology. I am no mother, I am no bride, I am king. But a woman is a changeling, always shifting shape. Just when you think you have it figured out, something new begins to take. Okay, guys, here we go. Okay. Just when you think you have it figured out, something new begins to take. What strange claws are these scratching at my skin? I never knew my killer would be coming from within. Love this song. I am no mother. I am no bride. I am king. I need my golden crown of sorrow, my bloody sword to swing. I need my empty halls to echo with grand self mythology. Because I am no mother. I am no bride. I am king. And I was never as good as I always thought I was, but I knew how to dress it up. I was never satisfied. It never let me go. Just dragged me by my hair and back on with the show. Bitches. And I think that's the piece that stands out to me is that I was never satisfied. I was never as good as I thought I was, but I knew how to dress it up. I was never good at being what society wanted me to be. I was never really all that good at filling this role for other people is the way that I want to say it, right? But I would really try hard. I try to dress it up and convince myself that I was doing a good job and that I was happy with it, right? Like I achieved something by doing that. And I was never satisfied, but I never let it go. And it would just drag me by the hair to get back on with the show. Like the sorrow that you would experience from being in that mask for so long would give you pause. And it was like that's the reason why it's like she says I need my golden crown of sorrow. Like who am I if I don't have that longing? If I if I actually step into my authentic self and who I really am, right? Then I don't have that longing anymore. And she even says, and without it, I don't have a song to sing. So your whole identity has been wrapped up in this longing and this war you've been waging to try and be yourself, but feeling like you were forced to be something else. And as soon as you have the moment, you give yourself pause to think, which direction am I going to go? Am I going to step into my authentic self? It's almost like your ego goes, but then I won't have a war to wage. I am king. It's like, so, and what was that other one up there is, the very thing you're best at is the thing that hurts the most. Okay, let's get started. So go listen to that song. It's just, oh, my heart like that with that song. So that's what we said yesterday. Yesterday's reading, it was like you're actually blocking this more than you realize. Because here's the thing. It's like Spirit's literally about to bring something in and you're like, but it's not here yet. And they're looking at you like you're the toddler who starts to throw a fit because you can't get the candy open fast enough. And as an adult, you're like, oh my God. And you cannot believe what's unfolding in front of your eyes. They're just like melting and doing some crazy shit. And you're like it's literally right. Oh my God. Right? And you start to laugh a little bit. And so they were like, really, in all honesty, you're slowing yourself down. Like something's about to really be given or show up or present in your life. And you're over here because it's like, it should have been here 2 seconds ago. And you're fretting and you're getting frustrated and you're just, you know what I mean? Like, and I didn't feel like you were going, it's that ego. It's the ego's last cry. Right? the echo of my pain or my self mythology. Hold on, what the fuck is it saying? What was it? What is it? My empty halls to echo with grand self mythology, like the lies we tell ourselves. It sounds so resounding and loud to us. We hear it more than the truth, right? And they're kind of like, it's literally about to be handed to you. And it's almost, but yesterday I felt really strongly that the energy wasn't one of someone who is exceptionally angry and vengeful or like tormented or anything like that or aggressive. It just was like, it was ego's last death cry, last ditch effort. Madame Endorse fortune telling cards are Spirit's not laughing at your falseness, they're laughing at your fucking tantrum. It's like, and like I said yesterday, for you it's very real. But the good thing is, and maybe it's a laugh because they know what's coming and they know it's not going to last long, and maybe it's because Spirit realizes and like Spirit understands that what that is that was ego's last death cry. There's like with a toddler, that tantrum is the last resort when they want something and they're not getting it, and they do all kinds of different things and they'll ask 20 times, and it's like last ditch effort is to throw it all out fit to try and get their way. That's what ego is doing. That's what ego is doing, guys. All right, let's go with this. When I tell you, like, there's something about that song that just gets, I fucking love that song. So, but now I'm interested in that other one. At the end, we'll read the other one to see what it fucking says. I'm like, there's a couple parts. I was like, what? So, anyways, I blow dried my hair. I took a shower for you guys. I obviously could have done more, but whatever. I'll start putting makeup on again soon. I just haven't really been in the mood. Oh. You just got off. Why would you get off Florence? Why would you ever do that? Come on, dude. Oh, it landed. Okay. Are you shitting? Okay, I'm going to give you what I get initially. It is, fate has blocked this path for you. And I'm thinking, we literally just talked about, like whatever yesterday. And it's like, no, the other one. We just said that ego gave its last death cry, right? Like it's doing its last ditch effort, which we said it would. Spirit warned us a month ago. Your ego is going to try to throw shit at the wall. It's going to try to convince you. It's going to rear its ugly head, and you're going to stay neutral. Like you might throw a little fit, like, oh, God, seriously, Spirit, are you going to let it fall? Kind of thing. But there's really no resistance there. There's no anger there. There just is flow and surrender. And so it's almost like, and remember I said in like 3 readings ago, like somehow you're in observance. Like when ego does this, you're just observing it, like, but it doesn't impact or influence you emotionally or mentally, really. It's like, it's almost as if it's separate from you. You could see it for what it is. That was a reading too. And so like, that's what's happening. And so when I pull this out, I'm a little confused, and they're like, and They're like, so you know the path ego wants you to go down, right? The same old bullshit, playing, putting on that song and dance, doing like, the things that you're not called to do, right? So anything that's associated with a path that you shouldn't be on, or that caters to the programming and playing a role, will be blocked for you. It's almost like, when a person feels like, okay, well, what I love isn't really, because, the thing that you love the most can hurt the most, and people who are going for what they love don't always get the love reciprocated, right? And it can cause them to abandon it. And so they'll go to roles and positions and a life path that doesn't suit them. It isn't authentic to them. They try to fit some other role that's society says should still make you happy, but it doesn't. And they're like, that's been blocked. That shit's been blocked for you. So if you try to do something other than, it's like that feeling of, woo. Okay, it's that feeling of when I tell you all that there's certain, that why can I not articulate? Is my tongue getting in the way, spirit? There are times when we have multiple timelines that are available to us, and I can't really predict exactly what's going to happen because there's a choice that's involved. And it feels like somebody made a choice internally, like to themselves, like a commitment to themselves. You said it, you spoke it, you either spoke it to spirit, and you may have been really calm about it, and it may have been a moment that was insignificant, or you felt like it was insignificant because nothing major happened. But you said it, you spoke it, you claimed it. And because your frequency, your vibration, your sincerity, you genuinely meant it, the vibration matched and it locked in. Does that make sense? And so like, that's your path now. And I talk to you all about, sometimes I can predict to a T some stuff because it's like, it's coming. Whether you want it or not anymore, this is the path. Like, you get so far down with your choices, decisions, actions, everything, that you're already on this path, and there are no other paths. It's happening, it's coming, kind of thing. And that's the way that it feels. It's like something happened, and now those other options are just not an option anymore. You're on this timeline. Now, if at some point later down the timeline you break off, but whatever event, this is like an event that's meant to happen. It's already in the works. You're too far along this timeline for this thing not to happen. Now, your reaction to it completely in your hands, but this event's going to happen. That's the way it feels. This timeline, you're too far along on this timeline. Woo! Is it? Oh. Gotcha. Hey, Terry. Okay, so don't panic, guys, because I see these cards and my human went, oof, and they're like, it's not what you think. Don't panic. And I'm like, you know how our human does. Our human's like, bitch. So the raven, which is like a spiritual messenger, but down here it says darkness looms on the horizon, which could just mean that you're not going to be able to see everything that's coming. your abilities will be enhanced. If you're on a new timeline or a timeline, if you're having to step into something that you've never really actioned before, if everything you've ever done was fulfilling a role that was for other people or to stay happy, then this is like you've never walked this path before. So naturally, it's going to feel like you're walking into darkness. Right? And that's when, because up here, we've got the mystic circle right here. That's what this card is called. Your abilities will be enhanced. Like, you know, when they're talking about your senses, you know, when someone goes blind, they use like other senses get enhanced. Smell, touch, all kinds of things. Like everything tells them a story. Whereas before they may have relied too heavily on one ability. And so those others didn't get used as much or were taken for granted and they weren't recognized as being as important as they were. And so when you lose the ability that you use the most, the others are enhanced. I also feel like for whatever reason, they want me to, abilities goes beyond, I think it has something very mystical and spiritual. But like your ability to do something, like your ability, like your capability to do something, your action, it feels very action oriented. And then at the end, we have true love and fidelity. So let's see where this shit's going. Oh, feels like a stark contrast. Let's say that you have received downloads before. And sometimes because multiple timelines are available to you, you may get like what feels like conflicting downloads, and that's only because you're being given the possibilities of how something may turn out or what it might look like, right? These visions that you get. And so and I think that might be also the thing, is that maybe one of them was more clear than the other. So naturally you would want to gravitate towards that because it appeases the human, right? And of course, that's where the ego would want you to go down. But what I feel like is you receive downloads of a path that has a lot to do with not being your authentic self. It's like whatever it is would have been beneficial. It wouldn't have been something bad for you, but it was almost too. It was like a compromise. It was like, I will do. How do I say this? It was so like if there's a spectrum, it's like it leaned a little too much to being a person who put on a mask or who filled a role or went a direction because it was safer, so it wasn't really off. It wasn't representative of you, your truth, what you actually desire, the thing that you're the best at. But it was safe. It wasn't bad. But Spirit's like, that's not exactly. You're fooling yourself. Ego's trying to trick you into believing that it's a win-win compromise. You're still not that, but if we just stay in the middle somewhere, you won't be that, but it'll feel better all around. And so whatever that is, I do believe that you saw vision for yourself in it. But it's not, God, what is that lyric? They're bringing me back to it. They want me to read it. Hold on. The very thing you're best at is the thing that hurts the most. It's like, it's not the thing you're the very best at, though. That's dimming your light then. You're not shining as bright. And you made some kind of internal acknowledgement and choice, even though you haven't taken action. It's like you went into a commitment with spirit, I feel like, in the last few days. And you didn't even, your ego didn't realize it. Oh, shit. You went into a commitment with spirit over the last few days. It feels very like it just happened. And I think you, even in your head, even if you, again, it's not like a choice or a decision. It was an acknowledgement, I want to say. It was almost like admitting it to yourself that even this compromise isn't what you want, and that is. And admitting to spirit, I went this route because it gave me more breathing room, but it's not exactly, it's like, it doesn't rub everybody or all of society away. It was spirit warned you about this. Your safety net, it had a bit more of a safety net to it. And so it felt more comfortable. But when we're talking about shining your light, you shouldn't be compromising, period. Okay? And so you've aligned yourself with a path, like these cards are telling me so much, that is not as familiar. Because see, the middle road, you kind of got at least a little bit of experience because it somewhat resembles what you used to do when you had to play this role and fill this whatever and like dress it up and all that kind of stuff. Like so you're somewhat, and you're like, okay, I can do this. At least I have some kind of, idea of what that might look like, how it potentially could pan out, blah, 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 blah. And now all of a sudden it's like this other road. This other path, this other choice, this timeline that you committed to. It's like you said yes to something. Like you knew something was coming. But, Spirit warned us about this too. Remember when I said that what's coming in is like it's not exactly what you'd work. It was like whatever you have this passion for, the thing you're the best at, you put a lot of yourself into. You were willing to compromise and not do that, but still do something that was like a middle ground in a way. And Spirit's like, no, you're meant to do this, but it's not going to look exactly the way that you've been doing it. You're going to level up. We had that reading. And so stepping in, like committing to this, what you may not have realized is it's not going to come the way you think. It's going to be an expansion on it. So it's going to look different. And so that might feel. So you're like darkness looms on the horizon because we do have spirit here. The raven does not feel like a negative event. Does that make sense? Because it's almost like death of the human and having to rely on spirit. It's ego death is what it feels like. Death, like ego lost. Okay. That's a lot. Can you have a conversation about the darkness, abilities? So basically the middle ground road is going to be blocked for you also. Is what it feels like to me. But if they're going to do that, It's almost like they have to do that so you will choose the other thing for sure. Because right now, that's a leap of faith. That's the Fool card, which we also had yesterday. Are you ready? Where do we go? They're pulling me to the Azathoth Tarot. Because, see, there's still a safety net with the middle road. So if they don't block that off, the cry of the ego might sound really, you know what I mean? Because even in the song, she's like, it grabs me by the hair and pulls me back to do more of the show. And it's like, aren't you tired? Aren't you tired? It's like incentivizing choosing you. But it's not against your will because you did something to choose this. And it's like you were in agreement with your higher self, which then is in agreement with the universe. And then it was like, the universe is like, so mote it be. And it's like, there's that's the way it feels to me. So the universe conspired to make it so. So it's not against your will. Your ego on the other hand might be like, bitch, I did not agree to this. Well, you don't get a say. Okay. Mm-hmm. They're singing the song. I am the king. I wish I could play it, but YouTube has these weird ass like copyright things and stuff that they do. So, all right, center card, we have the illustrious Tower. Flanking this Tower moment is the Sun, which is victory, which is enlightenment, which is a clear path forward. It's like the path is highlighted. Which path you're going down. Like it's clear what's about to happen to the universe. Despite darkness looming on the horizon, it means it just means you don't have experience with this. It is completely new territory. And then on the other side, we have the Emperor. And that's when they were like, I am king. It's like, this, I get the feeling like, I don't think the Emperor is somebody else. It feels like your energy, like you it's standing firm and taking charge in your life of the trajectory. It's completely all you is what it is. It's like, this is you. Okay. What about this Tower moment? Can you tell us more about the Tower moment, please? I know that fell out. I might need to address that first. Wow. Well, I swear it won't stop. It's echoing in my mind. Can I just tell you that? So under the Tower, I was asking about it. The first card that came out was the Five of Pentacles. Now I do have a center card, so we already know what the overall energy is going to be. But right next to it, now the way that this deck is, it kind of like gives different words to some of these cards than you may initially assign to it. So if you've got the Five of Pentacles, they have worry. I know it's hard to see. Up here, it says worry. It's so far away. Worry. Okay. So, and then right here, the Two of Pentacles, which has been coming out for us, remember? And that's how I knew it was like, it's like the path is gradually going. Like you had to have the one, you had to focus on your area of passion and your greatest talent the way that you did before so that you could build upon it and then elevate out of it. Like you could expand on it, right? And so whatever's coming in is an expansion. And so it still looks different because it's like, it's not so narrow or limited. But up here, the Two of Pentacles says change. And literally they're like this Tower moment is the change to this immense worry that you've had. This lack that you've had. It addresses that. The overall energy, this motherfucker be coming out a lot. King of Wands. This is the drive, the passion. This is directing your passion, right? Not spreading yourself thin. It is highly focused. It is follow through, drive, confidence, just putting your all into something and taking action. King of Wands. And then over here we have the Justice card, which is all about the righting of the wrongs, the balancing of the scales, your karma, all of that kind of stuff. It is what's just in this moment. Paired with the Empress. It's only right, is what I heard. It's only right that you have this abundance, that you're able to give birth to this thing. So the Tower moment is the opportunity to solely focus and go after a passion of yours. But the Tower brings a change in worry about this level of follow through, commitment, drive, determination, right? It's rewarding that drive, determination, and commitment. It's like the Tower is the reward for that. Okay. Then talk to us about it's, and then they're saying the Sun card's yes. Like it's all, I guess up to this point you felt like you kept getting a no on, which is why they said your greatest talent is the thing that hurts the most, or the thing that you're best at is the thing that hurts the most. Is because it felt cruel to have such love and commitment and talent for something and not to be able to live into that fully and being shut down for it. Your weird, your authentic self, your path. Like doors were shut on it all the fucking time and it felt cruel. And that's changing. You felt left out and that is changing. It's like you finally get to take that next step. You're leveling up in this. You've been held in place for so long with it. So the Sun card's a yes, finally. So we've got your abilities will be enhanced. They want me to bring out the Moon one. I have been using this deck. I mean, I still got to learn it. Like I'm still looking at the book, but yeah. Oops, I got it upside down. Let me fix that. All the fucking time. I talk to them all the damn time. My children be looking at me. I'm like, I ain't talking to you. They see me over here like, and I'm talking. I'm like, they know how weird I am though. Girl, I cannot sing for shit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was gonna say, Arpita, like when I'm doing a reading, please don't demand that I reply to your questions and things like that. When I get into a channeling, I'm not going to pay attention to the chat. It gets me pulled out of what it is that I'm trying to say. And the quickest way for me to not ever do a reading for you is to think that you can demand that I do a reading. So I'm not going to do that. Okay? Read the room, people. Okay. Well, we've had this one before. The Black Cat. And then we've got the Lover's Moon. So let's see what the fuck it says. Because I'm asking, it's like your abilities will be enhanced. Independent, self-love, solitary energy. That's what the Black Cat represents. And it is having the confidence in your own ability to thrive and survive. It is recognizing you have everything you need within you. Oh, why do I feel like this is in stark contrast to the Lover's Moon? Or hyper independence, maybe, is what they're trying to reference. Romance, love, relationships. You remember when I said they gave me the example of losing your sight? And so because you lose the thing that you relied on the most, your hyper independence, you will begin to rely on your other abilities will enhance. So when you stop relying so much on your hyper independence, you'll rely on the connections that you form and get better at forming soul connections. It's like you'll become a better mother, brother, father, spouse. You become a better boss. Like everything is enhanced. And I feel like the vision thing is the hyper independence, the hermit mode. Because Lover's Moon is about relationships. For the most part, this is a bright and happy card, which means good luck and happiness in your relationships. It's now safe for you to open your heart to other people, to trust in the power of love and partnership and connection, to being open to new encounters and the possibilities that they bring. It also makes me wonder if part of whatever that middle ground was kept you still autonomous, and they want you. They warned us yesterday that you needed to get out and start you need to start connecting with people again, that your next level up requires the networking and requires pulling other people into your life, that you don't get to be the hermit anymore. You don't get to like the level up comes from stepping out of that. They've been warning you for a while about that. And I think it goes beyond just love. It's all together. So the losing of, so it's like you're not going to be able to succeed anymore. In this hyper independence mode, in this hermit mode. But that might be the thing that you were like, okay, that you agreed to. Okay, we're going to pull this. Like they're bringing me to, because I just saw the end card is about love and fidelity. And I looked at it because you've got the angel there with the bow, Cupid, and they're like, but they're not talking about for everybody just a romantic partnership. They're talking about your soul family, good people, allowing them to love you, allowing them to support you. Like, even when you get good people around you and you can still feel afraid to ask for help, like this resistance to ask, like, I don't want to burden somebody, it's not their responsibility, and say, this is why people are here. They're here, like that was the whole point of bringing these individuals in. People you can trust to show your vulnerability to, people who will honor those aspects of yourself, people who will love you, and who, it's like the fidelity that they have. They are loyal, trustworthy individuals. And it's like, it's okay to be loved. There was a moment where the lesson was to love yourself. That was so that you could bring in these other individuals. There are people in this world that want good for you as well. Allow people to love you. In fact, they're showing me, allow people to love what you're best at. See, you were trying to hide, like part of playing that role and using the mask and fitting into the parameters that society has set because it felt safer, was because you were trying so hard to avoid the backlash. But when you did that, you also cut off the people that could love you for you, like people who were able to express true love. So that's why during that phase, you felt like there was no real soul connections, and that people only liked your facade, that if you showed who you really were, then you were ostracized and estranged and things like that. It's like, because in catering to the individual, like catering so that you can avoid the pain of retribution from those who didn't approve of you being you, you also shut out any potentiality of the people who are meant for you and would love you from coming in. And so this goes beyond just for some, it absolutely is a partnership. But for others, this is partnership in the sense of friends, chosen family, soul tribe. where people are willing to see you and reflect to you what real love is. Man alive, guys. Fuck. It's time you get to experience what real love is. So anything that kept you either semi in the role of playing something for society because it felt safe, even if it was like, I'll just do a job because that's what everybody, can I just tell you right now, I don't care how much we say I'm going to go and do something traditional because at least there's safety. There's no fucking safety anywhere in this world anymore with finances and careers and things like that. It's just, it's gone. It's gone, guys. There is none. There are people who are starving and can't make their bills who are working these jobs. It's just not there. It's not happening. And maybe, just maybe, that's the path that's blocked. Maybe part of the block is all these societal things that are happening. I mean, for you, now's the time. But you're going to find those that deserve to be in your life, and you get to learn what an exchange of love is like rather than you just pouring into others. And that can feel very, you know what I mean? How does this pan out and look? Oh, thank you. Okay. Isn't that a bittersweet thing to admit? When you realize how expansive that is and you're like, I don't know what love really is. I know it because I experienced it, but I've never experienced it back. I may have given it at times, but I don't know what that exchange is. And that's really where it's at. It's that energy flow, that energy exchange. Like, you deserve to feel this. I would like to know just a little bit about the path that is here. They've over the last couple of weeks we've had readings giving like different glimpses for different people at the same overall energy so they can understand how it's going to kind of unfold or look for them. But we all know something's about to show up that we don't have to worry about choosing anymore. Because what is safety? Like, you're no longer safe playing that role anymore. You're and so whatever this is, we know it's going to give you the opportunity to be the emperor, like to execute something and to take charge in your life and to be the narrator of your own story. It changes you into the King of Wands. I am king. Which gives you the opportunity to put your all behind the thing you're the best at. And can I just remind you, the song, when Florence is talking about it in here, she's mentioning the fact that like her passion and her drive and her desire and her love of her gift, the thing she's best at, which is the music industry, or music, which requires her to be a part of the music industry, seems to be the thing that creates a lot of sorrow in her life, because at the same time, Like she wants something with other people, but it's not really like like for the people that she has had relationships with, it required her to be something she's not. She's having arguments in her kitchen about getting married. She's having arguments about having children. And she's like, because all of those things would require her to sacrifice what she loves, like the expectations placed on her. And so she tries to pretend like those are things that she wants. She tries to, for the sake of love, when she has to come to the conclusion and understand that that wasn't love and that's not who she was meant to be with then. Because that person may have loved you, but they weren't in alignment with you. And by trying to accommodate them and almost like forsake that part of yourself, her music and the life she wants to live and this lifestyle that she wants to live, like she would have had to have forsaken a part of herself to put on that costume for them, rather than admitting that she wasn't in alignment with them and that was okay. And maybe she tells herself that there's no way to find love if I just do the music the way I want to. If I tell someone I don't want kids, I don't want to get married, I want to be on the road all the time, I want to spend all my like some people just don't like that lifestyle. And she thinks that she can't find love fully immersed in what she is best at. That's why she says, like, the thing you're best at hurts the most. She feels like it's a no-win situation. But she never really did let herself fully step into that, did she? She stayed in that middle ground. Fuck! I'm getting it, Spirit. She stayed in that middle ground, that compromise that your ego is trying to tell you, whatever role you're in right now or whatever you're looking at, because she's had visions. I can do this and it feels safe because it's caught between the two. But really, in the end, it's going to torture you. You need to not just put a toe into the pool of who you are. You need to dive deep into that, because she will find that person that is in alignment. She will find the people that will love her in all totality. She's lying to herself. What is it? Hold on. Grand mythology it's my empty halls to echo with grand self mythology. The woe is me. Okay. So yeah, that song is really what we're talking about here. Man. And it's like, but it's also feel like it's the lie she tells herself that she can't experience love in its fullest if she doesn't do that compromise. That people won't love her the way she wants to experience love if she doesn't fulfill these roles. Don't we all? Right? And hey, at least staying there, she gets to keep bellowing about the pains of it all, right? She's like, oh, there's one good thing about it. I can write songs from the pain. Are you so identified? Is your ego so identified with the longing, with the pain of not being who you truly authentically are, that you don't know how darkness looms on the horizon? Ready or not, you've chosen it. You've fucking chosen you. Let's talk about the thing that's coming in, though, because obviously something's about to be presented in your life, the actual path that allows you to dive completely in. You're already on that timeline. So it's like it's heading towards you. What you do once it arrives is up to you. But like you've put yourself on this timeline. And it's like you're so far along it that it's already coming to you now. And sometimes we get so far along on a timeline, there's no stopping the events that are at play. The only thing you can do is control your reaction to them. And those who are afraid that by choosing completely them, that it means a bad tower moment is going to come, don't forget, like you're so scared something really bad is going to happen. The tower moment came out. It's fated. It's inevitable. You can't change it. It's going to happen. But it is a success. We have the Sun card, which trumps everything. And it influences the entire fucking reading, no matter what. It is the card in the tarot deck. It is this isn't little successes. This is the overall overarching energy of everything that says victory and success. Okay? Just as a reminder, I shit you fucking not. So there's some important documentation or documents that are going to be coming your way. They keep showing me the documents, and they're saying this is fated. We've got the red string of fate wrapped around them. I am getting legal type of like contractual commitments. That are being presented that have been a dream of yours. This is like, it gives life to your dreams, because we got the anchor where you pull up anchor and you go to different shores. Like you can, but this is like the dreams that are pie in the sky type of situation. There's movement towards it. This is the wish fulfillment card of Kipper. And then I happened to lay the deck down because I wanted to pull the tarot and stuff, or the tower out and stuff. And on the bottom, Privileged Lady, which is all about the lucky phase, the ease at which something happens, the positive turn of events and things going your way. We're going to put this out here. We did a reading a couple of nights ago. I think it was over the weekend, and both wealthy, or maybe it was just before the weekend, the older female, there's this sense of like a third party that's involved that connects or something like that. And then the wealthy man, which is the person that was in type of a position. Let's find out who these people are. I feel two separate individuals, two separate energies here. And like, I'm trying to go to the whole like, oh, is it the energy of like the Queen of Pentacles where it's like that? And they're like, no, these are people. I'm like, okay. Who the fuck are these people? There's a whole crowd here. We have main male, wealthy man, and mature woman. There's a whole fucking crowd of people. Unexpected money. What's going on? Where are these people, spirit? Who are these people? Unexpected income. I'm sorry. We got a fucking crowd of people here. Can I just say this? I'm trying to find out why there is this. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm finding out who these fuckers are. There's a crowd here. Remember, for some people, I'm like, there's like a group of people making a decision, something like that, blah, 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 right? Or there's like, like where like one person wants you. And so like the one person has to reach out to you kind of a situation. I don't know who the fuck these people are. But there's two masculines and a feminine, right? And it's almost like they have something to do with an unexpected path or an unexpected path to money. I feel like they're at a distance, and I'm like, okay, oddly specific. And then came out, I don't know, I guess you, fuck, because it was like this. The first three that came out were this. Message of concern, main female, concern. Like receiving information or delays that have somebody concerned. Like there's been delays in somebody's life or things happening that's very concerning to them, right? And then like I'm asking more questions and it's like, Jesus Christ. Mature man. Fuck me. Seriously? Okay, sorry. I'll get it together. Toil and labor, occupation, despair. Like somebody's middle ground and what they want to do. I think it has everything to do with not a person, but like money, career, what do I do with my time kind of thing. Like not like they're willing to settle in career wise. Is what I want to say. But it's causing a lot of despair. Like there's a lot of like, I'm willing to do this. This is what I want to do. But it has me really feeling left out. Like it's not happening. And there is like some kind of new path connected with these people. Okay, this is what I'm getting. And it's like an unexpected turn of events, an unexpected path. I can't say anything else. And you're going to get word on like whoever you are, you're so worried and concerned because there's been a delay in I think trying to get money or getting something solidified because I feel like there's like a back and forth. Like no matter what I try, this is the blockages, y'all. This is the blockages. They just told me no matter what someone has tried, they do menial work, it doesn't work out. They try to do very like work that they have skills within, like skill set that's very particular, or they have history in it, and it doesn't work. Like I feel like no matter what they do, it doesn't work. Like they've still been without money and still not getting anywhere, right? And so a lot of these delays have fucking stressed this person the fuck out. Like, oh my God. And somehow there is a group of people that are going to present an unexpected path. Because I kept saying, who the fuck are these people? Who are they? And it's like, they're going to present an unexpected path for you. And I'm like, okay. And I don't know who the motherfucker, but of course, everybody in this deck got to show up, right? Tell me about the unexpected path. I guess the unexpected path is this. It's like you don't see this coming and it's going to create this. Like right now, nothing has worked. Nothing has fucking worked. You're still feeling like you you can't manage life right now. Like finances are just, like you have nothing is successful. Nothing, all the doors. These paths, these old paths, and especially since you committed, are blocked. Like you have locked in on one timeline, and it is this unexpected path showing up. Okay. And it all has to do with this. This is what it's going to give you. Damn. Okay, they told me to pull the Norman. I will do that, and then I think we're almost done, okay? I got 11, 7, 117 at boom, and 111 on my timer. Like when we do the lives and it tells you how long I've been on, it said 11101. There it is, 1111111. I just saw it, and then there's 11 people watching, so, or at least that's what it shows on my end. There could be more. I've had like 5 people talking in my chat before, and it'll say there's 1 person watching. I'm like, okay, YouTube. These go over here. We had mentioned that somehow when this stress, this burden is alleviated, that there's going to be some time where you get to recalibrate. And in that process of transition of building something into a major success, or until something pops off, like something might be introduced. Now, what I'm seeing here is we've got a gentleman. Okay. Ace of Hearts mixed with the Mountain card. Now, I really look at this. Could be obstacles, but this is like a long ass distance too. Like what you got to get to this person, right? And it's literally like the obstacle may be both distance and isolation, because the Tower card is all about the autonomy, the freedom, the being separate from everybody else. And so there's like this yeah. Okay, tell me more. Tell me more real quick, Spirit. What's happening with this? Divine guidance. Bitch. Can y'all hear that? Oh, LP, I'm surprised you haven't picked up on this. This started to sizzle and it got real loud. Oh, so some passion's about to happen. That's like somebody's flame flickering for somebody. You know what I mean? Like that's yeah. Because we have the star card. It's like being divinely guided somewhere, right? Then we have, sorry, when they start showing me something and I start to space in the midst of trying to say something, it's because of that. Ship card, which is all about things kind of coming in. It's like sailing to new seas, sailing to new waters, setting on a new course, right? So this could be all about like travel, like bridging the distance or the gap. You hear it? Can you hear it? Yeah, it sparks. It's like, oh, there's a spark is gonna happen. It's like, when you meet somebody, because obviously a spark's about to happen, bitches. Okay, so what about this distance? Like, it's like distance is gonna be closed. The gap is gonna be closed. The obstacle may be the distance, and it's gonna be removed for somebody. For some people, love in the transition is gonna be happening, guys. And this, it's like the whole death card. It's like simultaneously something being removed, but then also harvesting from that. You hear it? If I move it, it probably stops. Are you piecing out? Oh. The obstacle between two people is being removed. The distance obstacle, whatever has kept these two apart, is being removed. It's like there's the events that are unfolding is like a divine guidance to one another. Flanking this whole spread on each end. And also, I feel like there is, for some, there may be a separation that occurs because of the events that have to happen. Not in a bad way necessarily, but like, if there's a relationship and one person has to go do something and the other stays behind kind of thing, that might happen. But I also I have the feeling of the obstacle was, if we're talking about love for somebody, like trying to make something happen, like when we try to make a relationship happen because that's what we really want versus honoring what we deserve. And so we just kind of like try to force something when it really shouldn't be forced. And so the obstacle that was in the way, what kept somebody distance was trying to make something work or trying to make something happen that shouldn't happen. They were putting on a costume, putting on that mask, right? Just like with Florence, where she's with the wrong person if you can't be, kind of thing. And so like because we have a second one, this could be for some walking away from a relationship or some type of connection was taken out in order for the right one to arrive. Because this messenger card is like either someone leaving or coming. Okay. That's for somebody. All right, guys. Good night, LP. I actually have to get off too because I have an appointment I've got to get to. So we're just going to leave it at that. I think that we had a lot of good, rich information that came through. If you just joined, you might want to go back and rewatch that. That was a really badass one. So, all right. Well, I hope everybody has a fantastic and wonderful day. Again, as always, with these readings, just remember, don't Cinderella shit to make it fit, okay? It's not for everybody. If you got to try real hard, it probably wasn't for you. Just saying. But I do hope that even if it wasn't for you, there's something that you could take away from it that benefits you and your circumstances. And on that note, I hope you have a fantastic day.